Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to plot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and we're going to plot an additional 3 points. But down here, remember I mentioned there's more than one way to land on a point, and that's what this activity is down here. But first, let's go ahead and plot A through E. Actually, before I plot A through E, let me go ahead and format my polar grid here. So remember, 0 pi and 2 pi. Everything is by sixes, so this is pi over 6, pi over 3. Your top, you know your top is pi over 2. This is going to be 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3. Here's 5 pi over 6. Here's your left side, just continuing on around. And very important, please do not forget your corners. Always do your corners, which are your fourths. So please go ahead and draw your diagonals and label your fourths. All right, let's start plotting. All right, here we go. So before we begin, I feel like I'm saying before we begin a lot, but this is really useful information. We're going to draw some setups up here. If you could please write a positive r and a positive theta. Write another positive r, but this time write negative theta. Now write a negative r, but a positive theta. And our last one is going to be a negative r with a negative theta. So here's how you need to start thinking about these ordered pairs. Now remember, I'm going to write CC. That is a clockwise radian. This r, this is going to be space towards the angle. So I'm going to write the word towards. This will make sense in just a moment. This is a positive r, so I'm going to write towards again. But that's a negative angle. I'm going to remind myself that's clockwise. 1C for clockwise. Now look, these negative r's, what's the opposite of going towards something? Away from something. So let's write the word away for negative r. But it is a counterclockwise angle. We are going to go in the clockwise direction for this, but we're going to go away from wherever that angle is. And that's going to make sense right now when we get started here. All right, here we go with letter A. So for letter A, I know that I'm going to start, remember you always start on the second part of the coordinates. So I'm going to find pi over 3, which is of course right here. And I need it to be on the third circle towards pi over 3 from the pole. So 1, 2, 3. Here's the third circle, but I put a dot where it intersects at pi over 3. So let's label this A. Okay, now let's look at B. For B, the first thing I locate is pi over 6, which is right here. So pi over 6 belongs to this whole line right here. But this is a negative 4, which means I'm going to go 4 places in the opposite direction. So I'm not going towards pi over 6, I'm going away from it. Fourth circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, come on in. All right, so that is B. Notice how I went away from the radian. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at C. So again, we have a negative radian this time. So I'm going to go down to negative pi over 2, which is right here. And if you forgot, remember we labeled our negative radians at the beginning of part 1 for 9.1. You can certainly refer to that. So we are down here at negative pi over 2. My r is positive, so I'm going to go 2 places towards negative pi over 2. So this is C. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So the next one is going to be letter D, and letter D is both positive, but remember you have to locate 7 pi over 4. 7 pi over 4, remember your 4s are on a corner. So 7 pi over 4 is right here, and we are going to go 3 places towards it. 1, 2, 3. So D is right here. Come on in. All right, the last one is going to be letter E. They're both negatives. So let's go ahead and count counterclockwise 5 times. I'm sorry, not counterclockwise, clockwise 5 times. 1 over 6, 2 over 6, 3 over 6, 4 over 6, 5 over 6. So negative 5 pi over 6 is right here. So we know that we're going to be looking at this line right here. But we want to go 5 places in the opposite direction. We want to go away from this line. So E is going to be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E is right here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom.